You ready? Let's go. 2-minute daily Devo for Thursday, December 10th. I'm in the Contemporary English Version today, and our verse of the day comes from the book of Galatians, chapter 6. And I want to give you a little context here before we get into the verse of the day. Paul, writing to the church at Galatia, writes about some things that we as believers should do with each other, some ways that we should help. Verse 1, he says this: if someone's trapped in a sin, you should gently lead that person back to the right path. But watch out and don't be tempted yourself. And then our verse of the day says this: you obey the law of Christ when you offer each other a helping hand. Paul is telling us here, he's telling them and he's telling us today, that we need to have the same kind of grace and mercy that Jesus Christ showed to us. You know, we're all sinners. We've all messed up. No person is above sin. It says every person that has ever lived has sinned. So we need to have that same grace and mercy. If we see someone, a brother or sister that's involved in a sin, they have an issue, there's something that they're going through, we don't want to cast aspersions. We don't want to look down on them. We don't want to talk bad about them. We want to lend a helping hand and reach out to them. Because look what it says in verse 3. Paul says this as a warning: if you think you're better than others when you really aren't, you're wrong. Because let me say this as a word of warning to us. How many times have we looked at someone that is a brother or sister in Christ and said, oh my gosh, I can't believe they would ever do that. You know, they're involved in that sin or whatever. But then we turn around and we find ourselves involved in some sin ourselves. We need to make sure that we have that same feeling of grace and compassion, like I said, that we can easily find ourselves mixed up in something as well. So when we see other people that are dealing with something, we need to reach out with love. And as Paul says here, lend a helping hand. Reach out to them and help bring them back, guide them back gently and lovingly towards Christ. So think about that today as you head out, that we as brothers or sisters, we need to be there for each other because we could find ourselves in the same situation. Let's have grace and mercy and lend a helping hand. All right, guys, that's it. I'll talk to you tomorrow.